everyone, this is Denise with Liquid Color and welcome to this week's Color Spotlight. Thank you for voting in the Color Spotlight poll over the last couple of weeks. All the colors have been decided and I'm looking forward to bringing you these last couple weeks of the mini-series. So which red do you think won? Well, luckily it's my favorite, Quinacridone Rose. I'm really glad this color was chosen because it's so useful, so let's go ahead and take a look. Quinacridone Rose is made from PV19. It's a light, fast, semi-transparent, staining, deep rosy magenta. It's a powerful mixing color that makes deep, vibrant purples and softer, more natural-looking oranges. When used in a cyan, yellow, magenta color wheel, it even makes a primary red, which we'll look at in a moment. There wasn't much that I could find in terms of its history, but I promise we'll make up for it in its large mixing range in just a few moments. This color is widely available across many different manufacturers, though the name might be different, such as Permanent Rose or Rose Lake. In fact, each of the colors that I have to show you in my own collection are all called different things. My favorite from the selection that I have is Mission Gold's Permanent Rose. I think it's worth noting, though, that Schmincke calls theirs Permanent Carmine, which should be regarded as a hue since it's not true carmine. However, the naming on its own perplexes me, as this color is the most red of the group as opposed to magenta. And the reason that's perplexing is because carmine is a very deep magenta color. So, not sure why they chose that name, but it's just a name. There's also a sister color called Quinacridone Violet that's made from the exact same pigment of PV19. It's kind of like when we looked at burnt sienna and learned that there are actually a wide range of pigments that are all made from the pigment of PBR7. It's a distinctly different color, and I do have one of those to show you from Van Gogh, but it won't be our focus today. First up is Permanent Yellow PY154. Since I only had one spot for yellow out of my four mixing areas, I picked this relatively neutral yellow that's neither too cool or too warm. It makes a wide range of lovely oranges with the Quinacridone Rose, and also might have a surprise in store for you as well. When mixed with a tiny bit of yellow, the Quinacridone Rose provides us with a primary red. For instance, if you were working with a limited palette, you could use the primary magenta instead of a warm red and still have your wide range of colors that you would need on the warm side of the spectrum. The color at the end of this row looked more neutral when it was wet, but when it dried, it definitely looked more orange, so you'll see me mark a little bit later for one early in the row that looks closer to a primary neutral red. Next up is Ultramarine, and as you may remember from the first color spotlight, PB29 and PV19 are the two pigments used to make Rose of Ultramarine by Daniel Smith. These two colors create a wide range of granulated purples, and I'm even going to put a little swatch of the Rose of Ultramarine at the end of the row for your comparison. Then we have Fela Blue. These two colors create bright, non-granulated purples and deep, beautiful blues. At the end of this row, you're going to see me trying to swatch out several dark blues, trying to find a match, and eventually I decide it looks most like Indanthrone Blue, but I don't have that in my collection. To clarify, it's not actually Indanthrone Blue, but it is a close match. Last, I have a mixture with Perylene Green. Now, I realize that this isn't a super common color and that many of you may not have it on hand, but the combination is so gorgeous that I couldn't not show it to you. These two colors make a range of deep moody violets and maroons, reminiscent of Naphthalide Maroon from Daniel Smith, though I inaccurately wrote naphthol on the paper. On the darkest end, they create rich, warm blacks. I really wanted to use these dark maroon shades in today's painting, and I couldn't think of a living animal that fit the bill, so instead I went with the dragon. This painting uses Quinacridone Rose, Perylene Green, and Permanent Yellow for the dragon, and then a mixture of Quinacridone Rose and Fela Blue for the background. It's finished off with ink and white gouache. Thanks so much for joining me this week on Color Spotlight. Next week will be your yellow pick, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you'd like to see more content like this. I look forward to seeing you next time.